The scar is not just a wound healed, it's the record of what was survived. It deserves the acknowledgement. Not performing the scar for the sympathy of the room, not using it as leverage, not living in the wound's tomb. Past its useful season, just the honest acknowledgement that the thing that left the scar was real and mad. Something real in the carrying, real in the healing through. The scar deserves the acknowledgement as the actual proof of the survive, not the decoration and not the shame. The scar deserves the acknowledgement, that's the grateful claim. I used to have the scars to weaponize them, neither was the way. The scar deserves the acknowledgement, that's the gratitude today. The scar deserves the acknowledgement without the trauma. The scar deserves the acknowledgement without the trauma. Being the identity that runs the whole account. The scar deserves the acknowledgement, that's the amount of the gratitude for having survived the thing that made it. The scar deserves the acknowledgement. I read it. Acknowledge the scar as the evidence of the alive, as the map coordinate of the place I had to drive through in the year it happened. Acknowledge it is real without the need to be defined by it. The grateful feel of the still standing after the thing that left the mark. Acknowledge the scar was real, acknowledge the dark was real, and acknowledge the through was also real. The scar deserves the acknowledgement, that's the full deal. Used to have the scars to weaponize them, neither was the way. The scar deserves the acknowledgement, that's the gratitude today. The scar deserves the acknowledgement without the trauma. The scar deserves the acknowledgement without the trauma. Being the identity that runs the whole account. The scar deserves the acknowledgement, that's the amount of the gratitude for having survived the thing that made it. The scar deserves the acknowledgement. I read it. I read it. Scar deserves acknowledgement. Survive, still here. Gratitude isn't the feeling. Gratitude is the doing. With the feeling is the fuel. Gratitude lived only in the journal, in the quiet thought. Gratitude that never moved the body, hadn't paid its heart to the thing it claimed to be grateful for. The honest kind of gratitude doesn't stay contained inside the mind. It activates the hands, it moves the discipline into the rep. It shows up in the standard, held in the every extra step. Past the minimum because the minimum is insufficient honor. Gratitude is a verb, the doing is the honor. I used to feel the gratitude without the action that should follow. Gratitude is a verb, the feeling alone is hollow. Gratitude is a verb, it moves the body to the work. Gratitude is a verb, it shows up where the shirt would otherwise take the session. Gratitude demands the rep. Gratitude is a verb, the feeling takes ground beneath, still hungry for the ceiling above. People think the grateful one is satisfied and done. Think the counting of the blessings means the reaching has been run out of fuel. Think the grateful hands are open and at rest. Think the gratitude and the hunger cancel out the best of each other. Think you choose between the two. Grateful and still hungry, both of them are true. And not in conflict, not in tension, both alive. Grateful for the ground I'm standing on, still reaching for the high. I used to think the gratitude required putting down the drive. Grateful and still hungry, both of them keep me alive. Grateful and still hungry, not a contradiction. Grateful and still hungry, that's the discipline's conviction. Thank the ground for holding and then build another floor. Grateful and still hungry, grateful opens up the more. Not the ending of the reaching. Grateful and still hungry, that's the teaching. The gratitude runs honest when it doesn't require the stop. Doesn't ask to build it to abandon what they got in the way of the forward momentum in the compound in the run. Gratitude is the acknowledgement of everything that's done without the demand that everything that's done is everything. The hunger is the gratitude extended into the furthering of the thing already given. Grateful for the seed, grateful and still hungry for the harvest that it feeds. I used to think the gratitude required putting down the drive. Grateful and still hungry, both of them keep me alive. Grateful and still hungry, not a contradiction. Grateful and still hungry, that's the discipline's conviction. Thank the ground for holding and then build another floor. Grateful and still hungry, grateful opens up the more. Not the ending of the reaching. Grateful and still hungry, that's the teaching. Grateful and still hungry, both alive. After the taking, count what remains. Build from that. After the season took what it took and left what it left. After the accounting of the loss and the bereft, column settled into its honest final number. After the grieving of the gone through every waking slumber of the months that followed, I set down the list of loss and picked up the list of what remained and read the cost of the remaining differently. Read it as the resource, counting what remains. That's the gratitude's true source. I used to measure by the loss and miss the list of what remained. Counting what remains is the gratitude without softness gain. Counting what remains, not the taken, not the gone. Counting what remains, that's the building carries on. From not the deficit, the actual asset on the floor. Counting what remains and building from the core of what the season left. Counting what remains, that's the gratitude's breath. The hard gratitude isn't pretending the taking didn't happen, isn't calling the loss a blessing in the wrecking of the spiritual bypass. It's the honest full account that reads the loss and reads the remaining in the amount of what's still here to build from the gratitude without softness. Counts the loss and counts the remaining with the toughness of the builder who can't afford to stop because the project runs. Counting what remains, that's how the building comes. just a list of what remained. Counting what remains is the gratitude without softness gain. Counting what remains, not the taking, not the gone. Counting what remains, that's the building, carries on. From not the deficit, the actual asset on the floor. Counting what remains and building from the core of what the season left. Counting what remains, that's the gratitude's breath. Everything I've been given gets honored by the work, not by the sentiment. Something in the currency of the real. There's not the feeling documented, but the actual deal that I'm doing with the gift. I owe the work to everything that gave me the capacity to do it. Owe the ring of the discipline to the people who invested in the possible. I saw in me before I saw it. Oh, the impossible made actual to the hard things that expanded what I held. I owe the work. That's the gratitude that's earned and filled. I used to pay the gratitude and the feeling and the word. I owe the work, the only gratitude that's earned. I owe the work to everything that gave me what I have. I owe the work to everyone who lit the path before I could see where the path was going clear. I owe the work. That's the gratitude sincere, not the journal, not the word. I owe the work. That's the gratitude heard. Every rep I don't take is a debt I'm paid to what enabled the rep. Every standard I drop below is a broken step in the honor of everything and everyone that built this floor. I owe the work, every session's what it's for. The gratitude without softness doesn't live in the gentle. The gratitude without softness is the incremental. Showing up and paying back what was invested in this name. I owe the work, that's the gratitude frame. I used to pay the gratitude and the feeling and the word. I owe the work, the only gratitude that's earned. I owe the work to everything that gave me what I have. I owe the work to everyone who lit the path before I could see where the path was going clear. I owe the work. That's the gratitude sincere, not the journal, not the word. I owe the work. That's the gratitude heard. I owe the work. Every session, that's gratitude. This isn't the hardest season I've seen harder. Built through that 1, 2. When the current difficult difficulty tries to claim the record of the worst. I pull the file of the previous and remind it of the first. And the second and the third hard thing that this one doesn't match. The current difficulty sits below the previous batch. Of the genuinely severe, and that's the gratitude. The calibration of the grateful and the magnitude of the current against the record of the survive. I've seen worse and built anyway. That's the gratitude's archive. I used to let the current difficulty feel like the most. I've seen worse and built anyway. That's the calibrating coast. I've seen worse and built anyway. This one's navigable. I've seen worse and built anyway. The record's traceable. Through every harder thing that arrived and didn't stop the build. I've seen worse and built anyway. The gratitude is filled with the evidence of the survive. I've seen worse and built anyway. Still alive. Still alive. Not diminishing the current, not comparing for the win of the more suffering competition. Just the discipline of the calibration, the grateful read of the actual rank of the current difficulty against the full files bank of the previous. Found the current manageable in light of everything that's been managed through. Found the fight is familiar terrain, found the tools already in the hand. I've seen worse and built anyway. This I can withstand. I used to let the current difficulty feel like the most. I've seen worse and built anyway. That's the calibrating coast. I've seen worse and built anyway. This one's navigable. I've seen worse and built anyway. The record's traceable. Through every harder thing that arrived and didn't stop the build. I've seen worse and built anyway. The gratitude is filled with the evidence of the survive. I've seen worse and built anyway. Still alive. Seen worse built anyway. This one's navigable. Everything else is gone. Still here. That's the foundation. Everything else is gone. Still here. That's the foundation. After the season, stripped the inventory down to the bone. After the accounting left the minimum and the loan. Looked at what remained after the maximum was gone. Found the irreducible, the thing that carries on. Regardless of the taking, the still here at the base. The breath and the beat and the ability to face another session. That's not nothing, that's the floor. Still here is enough to build from, that's what it's for. I used to need more than the still here to feel the gratitude was real. Still here is enough to build from. That's the base of the deal. Still here is enough to build from. Not the comfort, not the plenty. Still here is enough to build from. When the account reads empty, everything required to begin again lives in the still here. Still here is enough to build from. That's the gratitude clear, not the abundance. The foundation. Still here is enough. That's the station. The gratitude without softness doesn't require the full hand, requires only the honest read of what I've got and where I stand, which is here, which is alive, which is functional enough to add another brick onto whatever comes from the rough starting point of the still here at the minimum floor. Still here again. Still care enough to build from start. Not thinking it while it's running, thinking it after, for what it built. Not the toxic positive, a blessing, the obstacle in real time. Not the performance of the grateful while the obstacle sublime. Weight is pressing every reserve to the limit and below. Not the Instagram caption of the difficulty, just the slow, honest accounting that arrives after the through. When the obstacle is behind me and the view opens to the capability it built in the building. Think the obstacle, that's the gratitude's wielding. I used to resent the obstacle even after it was past. Think the obstacle, the hard ones build what the easy couldn't last. Think the obstacle for what it built that the easy never could. Think the obstacle for the strength extracted from the wood of the resistance, for the depth it pressed into the frame. Think the obstacle, the difficulty built the claim of the capable that now I hold. Think the obstacle. Gratitude for the cone. The obstacle that most resisted built the most durable thing. The obstacle that lasted longest built the widest ring of the capable around the person who came through. Every obstacle I banked eventually gave new information about the ceiling it had pushed against. Every obstacle expanded what I understood is tense and then is navigable. Thank the obstacle for the rain. Thank the obstacle, gratitude is not that strange. I used to resent the obstacle even after it was past. Think the obstacle, the hard ones build what the easy couldn't last. Think the obstacle for what it built that the easy never could. Think the obstacle for the strength extracted from the wood of the resistance, for the depth it pressed into the frame. Think the obstacle, the difficulty built the claim of the capable that now I hold. Think the obstacle. Gratitude for the code. Take the obstacle for what it built. Not grateful for the easy gifts, grateful for the hard ones too. The hard ones built the most. Easy to be grateful for the things that felt like gifts. Easy to acknowledge the win that gave the natural lift. Harder to be grateful for the years that felt like cost. Harder to acknowledge the things that hurt, the things I lost. That's the things that gave me what I couldn't have received. From the years of easy, the things I would have grieved. Less of date arrived as lessons labeled clearly from the start. The hard things gave me this, that's the grateful heart. I used to only count the good things and the gratitude account. The hard things gave me this. The hard things are the full amount. The hard things gave me this. The strengths I wouldn't trade. The hard things gave me this. then I asked what it gave that the easy couldn't have. I tasked the honest audit of the difficult contribution. Found the hard things were the source of the most valuable solution. To the gap the easy left, found the hard things built the most durable version of the things without the guilt of the comfortable assumption that it lasts without the test. The hard things gave me this, the hard things gave the best. I used to only count the good things and the gratitude account. The hard things gave me this. The hard things are the full amount. The hard things gave me this. The strength I wouldn't trade. The hard things gave me this. The clarity the easy never made. The callous is the knowing of what I can actually hold. The hard things gave me this. Gratitude for the cold and the fire and the cost. The hard things gave me this. Nothing lost. Things gave me this. Grateful for They didn't have to, they did anyway. That's the heaviest gratitude. They didn't have to. There were people scattered across the years who didn't have to stop, didn't have to take the extra minute at the top of their own difficulty to extend the hand toward mine. Didn't have to notice, didn't have to cross the line of their own concern to enter into someone else's heart. Didn't have to give the word that cleared the junk yard of the doubt I've been collecting. They didn't have to. The people who didn't have to, that's the gratitude view. I used to take the unexpected help as luck and move along. The people who didn't have to are the ones who make me strong. The people who didn't have to, they did it anyway. The people who didn't have to change the outcome of the day and the year and the decade and the version of the man. The people who didn't have to, gratitude that stands hard and clear and named. The people who didn't have to, they get claimed. Carry them specifically, not the abstract sense of thanks. Carry the name, the specific moment, the ranks of the ordinary Tuesday when the word arrived or the door opened by someone who didn't know the opening. Carry more than a generic gratitude for the general good. Carry the specific person who specifically stood and chose the extending when the extending wasn't. All the people who didn't have to, that's the gratitude's goal. I used to take the unexpected help as luck and move along. The people who didn't have to are the ones who make me strong. The people who didn't have to, they did it anyway. The people who didn't have to change the outcome of the day and the year and the decade and the version of the math and stop before the end. 2% left is where the mental tough begins to bend. 2% left, the body says it's done. 2% left, the mind says one more run. Everything the body's shutting down is still negotiable here. 2% left, that's exactly what I need to clear. The finish, the rep, the set. 2% left and the mental isn't done yet. Found the body always calls it early, calls it done at 80. Found the 20% the body leaves behind is waiting with unused capacity, unused will, unused drive. Found the mental tough is what accesses the 20 to survive. For the last rep, the last mile, the last push of the wall. 2% is the mental's territory after the body's call. Goes out there, everything is bent, the mental picks up the slack. 2% left, the mental tough, never give that back. I used to trust the body's early math and stop before the end. 2% left is where the mental tough begins to bend. 2% left, the body says it's done. 2% left, the mind says one more run. Everything the body's shutting down is still negotiable here. 2% left, that's exactly what I need to clear. The finish, the rep, the set. 2% left and the mental isn't done yet. 2 versions standing in the same mirror. Only one gets to run the deck. One version shows up early, wanting nothing but the work. One version hits the snooze and finds a reason in the murk of the morning to delay the thing the other one had planned. One builds a future carefully with a deliberate hand. One burns the future casually for the comfort of the now. One knows exactly what is at stake and exactly how. The choice this morning compounds into the year ahead. 2 versions in the mirror, only one gets fed. I used to let the morning decide which version ran the day. 2 versions in the mirror, I chose who gets to stay. 2 versions in the mirror, every single morning star. 2 versions in the mirror, one builds and one falls apart. The one I feed is the one that shows up in the work. 2 versions in the mirror, the other one can lurk. But it doesn't get the floor. 2 versions in the mirror, I choose who walks through the door. The second version isn't evil, isn't wrong to have inside. It's the human part that wants the rest, wants the easy ride. The version that is tight and real and needs the occasional slow. But if the second version runs the day, the first one doesn't grow into the thing it's built into. So every morning is a vocast in the first 5 minutes of the day. It gets the antidote of staying still. 2 versions, one choice, one chair at the head. 2 versions in the mirror, I choose who gets fed. I used to let the morning decide which version ran the day. 2 versions in the mirror, I chose who gets to stay. 2 versions in the mirror, every single morning star. 2 versions in the mirror, one builds and one falls apart. The one I feed is the one that shows up in the work. Sign on the door says under construction. No tours until it's done. Close the updates, close the check-ins, close the running commentary. Stop broadcasting the blueprint to the whole contemporary audience of people watching what I'm building in real time. Found out showing the construction slowed down every climb. People got opinions on the scaffold before the wall was poured. Every comment on the work in progress made me check the board. Instead of lay the next row, instead of mix the next batch. Under construction, no visitors, I close the hatch. I was running tours before the building had a roof. Under construction, no visitors, just me and the proof. Under construction, no visitors allowed. Not because I'm hiding, just not ready for the crowd. The building's going up, but it's not ready to be seen. Under construction, no visitors, you know what I mean. Not yet, not now. Show you when it's done somehow. Learn to reveal is different when the building's actually standing versus showing every stage and watching the misunderstanding of a frame without the walls, of a floor without the room. Everybody projecting what they think it's gonna become in the comments of a process that they only got in pieces. Now I build it to completion, that's where the sharing increases in value and context in the actual finished thing. Under construction, no visitors, let the building sing. I was running tours before the building had a roof. Under construction, no visitors, just me and the proof. Under construction, no visitors allowed. Not because I'm hiding, just not ready for the crowd. The building's going up, but it's not ready to be seen. Under construction, no visitors, you know what I mean. Not yet, not now. Show you when it's done somehow. Under construction, no visitors. Yeah. Everything moves. I did it. Hey, hey, hey. Season of disruption, everything I built around me shifted. Floor gave way, the landscape changed, everything was lifted into a different configuration, different set of names, different set of faces at the table in different games. And I stood inside the center of the movement, standing still. Not because I froze, not because I lacked the will to move with it, but because the core had found its ground, and the ground had no intention of moving with the sound. Everything around me moved, I expected I would too. Unmoved at the center, that's the thing I never knew I knew. Unmoved, not because I'm rigid or I'm blind to what has changed. Unmoved, because the core is anchored and the anchor's not exchanged for the motion of the season or the urgency of now. Unmoved, that's the discipline, that's the how. Everything changes around the anchor. Unmoved, I'm the answer. Unmoved, I'm the answer. Flexibility is different from a core that doesn't hold. I can't adapt the surface while the foundation keeps its cold. Unchanging temperature, it's unchanging waiting point. I can't move my arms while the spine remains the joint. That the movement happens from the stable center of the spin. Unmoved to the core where the outer layers move with the wind. That's the architecture I've been building toward for years. Unmoved to the center, that's what becoming disappears. Unrecognize the world. Ran into a face from years ago, they stared like I was new. Said I carried different now, said something looked pushed through. Didn't know what they were seeing was 1,000 quiet days, stacked invisible until the difference finally displays. The growth was never loud enough for anyone to catch. Happened in the empty hours, happened in between the gaps. Now the evidence is walking in, the old name barely fits. This isn't who I used to be, and I'm still building it. I used to wonder if the changes I was making meant to fade. Now the mirror and the room both see a different kid. Unrecognizable, that's the only goal I chase. Every quiet rep rebuilding this entirely different face. Not the same walk, not the same weight, not the same deface. Unrecognizable, and I'm still not complete. Still becoming, still in motion. Further from where I was, no notion of slowing. Some people stay the same their whole life, scared of what they lose. Some people chase a version that the comfort never knew. I let go of who I was without a single look behind. Built a different version, layer over layer, line by line. Even I don't recognize a man staring back today. Yesterday's reflection slowly faded clean away. This is what it looks like when you don't stop at one shift. Unrecognizable forever, that's the only gift. I used to wonder if the changes I was making meant to fade. Now the mirror and the room both see a different kid. Unrecognizable, that's the only goal I chase. Every quiet rep rebuilding this entirely different face. Not the same walk, not the same weight, not the same deface. Unrecognizable, and I'm still not complete. Still becoming, still in motion. Further from where I was, no notion of flowing. Unrecognizable, still becoming. Used to keep it perfectly hidden. Cost me everything to do it. Kept two versions of myself for every room I entered. The public one that passed the check, the private one that splintered. Every performance of the face cost energy I needed. Every lie of omission left me further from completed. Hit the struggle, hit the starting point, hit the whole beginning. Made it look like I arrived without the losing before winning. Then the weight of all the hiding got heavier than the thing itself. Took more work to keep it hidden than to put it on the shelf. I was spending everything I had on keeping it concealed. Cost me more to hide it than it ever cost reveal. Used to hide this, now I carry it out front. Not the shame, but the story of the climb and all the blood. Honest truth of where I started and how far the distance ran. Used to hide this, now it's not for sympathy, not for credit, just because it sits better in the open where the oxygen can reach it. Better in the honest where the lesson still can teach it. Found that other people hiding the same thing get quiet when the version they're concealing suddenly has a riot of recognition in the room because I named it out loud first. Used to hide this, now the hiding's what I've reversed. I was spending everything I had on keeping it concealed. Cost me more to hide it than it ever cost reveal. Used to hide this, now I carry it out front. Not the shame, but the story of the climb and all the blood. Honest truth of where I started and how far the distance ran. Used to hide this, now it's pure, now it's the plan. Not a weakness, not a wound, just a starting line I came through. Used to hide this, not anymore. My words used to float, now they land. Used to talk and watch the room keep talking right over me. Every word I dropped just landed soft, just disappeared. Took me years to understand the silence wasn't the room. It was the gap between the talking and the work I'd actually do. So I closed my mouth and let the proof start doing the work. Let the calluses speak louder than the loudest words could hurt. Now when I open up to speak, the room goes still and waits, cause every word I drop is backed by everything I made. I stopped trying to convince the room with anything I'd say. Started building proof until my silence carried weight. This voice that carries weight, I built it word by word. Earned through every action long before a sentence could be heard. Nobody handed me the room, nobody gave the floor. I built it through the proof until they couldn't look no more. Not given, not gifted, not loaned. Every word I speak is on. Every word I speak is on. Watch the loud ones fill the room with nothing real to show. Watch the room forget them faster than the noise could go. Mine was built the slow way, stack from action, stack from proof. Every silent year of work and built the weight behind the truth. Now I speak and people listen, not because I'm loud. It's because the work already spoke before I said a sound. This is what it costs to have a voice that people trust. Years of paying forward long before I asked for trust. I stopped trying to convince the room with anything I'd say. Started building proof until my silence carried weight. This voice that carries weight, I built it word by word. Earned through every action long before a sentence could be heard. Nobody handed me the room, nobody gave the floor. I built it through the proof until they couldn't look no more. Not given, not gifted, not loaned. Every word I speak is every word I speak is earn this voice word by word. something they tried. Watch the velocity approach produce results and then subside into the burnout of the pace that couldn't hold the long return. Watch the volume approach, run quiet, patient, slow to earn visibility, but compounding in the background every day. Volume beats velocity across the year, that's what I say. To the part of me that wants to sprint toward the thing I'm after. Volume beats velocity, slower and lasting, last pass faster. I used to measure progress by the speed of the approach. Volume beats velocity, the consistency is core. Volume beats velocity, in the long games accounting. Volume beats velocity, the reps are what I'm mounting. Not the speed of a single session, but the total of the days. Volume beats velocity, consistency pays more than the sprint across the quarter. Volume beats velocity, that's the order. That's the order. 300 sessions at an average quality outweigh 10 perfect sessions scattered across the years. Display the volume is the thing that builds the adaptation deep. The velocity is the thing that looks impressive but won't keep the bodybuilding past the point where the sprint burned out. Volume beats velocity, that's what the years are about. For the ones who built something that took a decade to complete. Volume beats velocity, consistency's heartbeat. I used to measure progress by the speed of the approach. Volume beats velocity, the consistency is core. Volume beats velocity, in the long games accounting. Volume beats velocity, the reps are what I'm mounting. Not the speed of a single session, but the total of the days. Volume beats velocity, consistency pays more than the sprint across the quarter. Volume beats velocity, that's the order. Volume beats velocity, total of the days. Not a special day, just Tuesday. That's exactly the point. No occasion for the session, no milestone on the wall, no record on the line, that day no audience to call. Witness to the effort, just a Tuesday in a run of Tuesdays that will follow this one under the same sun. At the same time, in the same room, with the same bar on the floor. Tuesday is the discipline's most honest kind of door. Because Tuesday doesn't come with any reason to be good. Tuesday is the whole game, Tuesday is the neighborhood. Something bigger than a Tuesday to commit. Tuesday again, that's the consistency. That's it. Tuesday again. No occasion, no applause. Tuesday again. Consistency is its own because the Tuesday compounds into the year that nobody saw being built. Tuesday again. No reason and no guilt. Just the showing, just the doing. Tuesday again, that's what I'm pursuing. Intensity shows up for the launch and the event. Intensity brings fire to the high stakes and the man for the highlight reel. But intensity can't maintain the Tuesday when there's nothing but the Tuesday in the lane. Consistency shows up for the Tuesday without reason. Consistency is what builds the body and the season into something that the intensity alone could never make. Tuesday again. Consistency's the only stay. Used to wait for something bigger than a Tuesday to commit. Tuesday again. That's the consistency. the show.